welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to get better sleep. I wanted to share with you some ways that I feel help me have a better night's sleep. So especially if I've got an event or I've got work the next day, I really want to make sure that I'm getting enough sleep. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope it gives you some ideas that help you really be able to get to sleep quicker and have a better quality of sleep. I feel like sleep is so important. It's just as important as eating a balanced diet and being healthy and exercising, because I feel like for me personally, if I don't get enough sleep, I feel tired the next day, I really don't feel like doing anything, and I'm not as productive. So to feel our best selves, it's really important that you're prioritizing your sleep. So let's get straight into the video. Okay, so my first tip is about cleaning, of course. I love cleaning. So it's to have a tidy home. I always say this, I say a tidy home equals a tidy mind. This is so true for me because I feel like if I leave the kitchen a mess the night before I go to sleep, I'm thinking about it before I go to sleep. I'm thinking about, I should have done the dishes, or I should have had Ben help me clean the kitchen. I'm gonna have to wake up tomorrow and it's gonna be a mess. And when you do wake up the next day, I'm sure you guys have all had this situation where you've woken up and the kitchen's a mess and you just don't feel productive that day. You want a clean home to wake up to. There's nothing better. So just have a quick tidy up after dinner, do the dishes, I have my boyfriend help me do the dishes, then I clean the countertops, give it a quick sweep. Maybe do your laundry the night before and have it drying so that when you wake up in the morning, it's all dry and ready to fold. So I feel like if you do a quick tidy before you go into bed, you're going to be more relaxed. You're not going to be thinking about your to-do list and what you need to clean tomorrow morning. You're just going to be relaxed and your mind is going to be settled. So the next way that you can have a better night's sleep is to make sure you're having a nice hot shower or hot bath before you get into your pajamas and go to bed. I find that if I like having a shower every night, I'm a shower person. I'll have a bath here and there if I'm in the mood to, but for the most part, I just have a shower. And if you have a nice hot shower, you know that uncomfortable feeling when you get out of the shower and you're freezing and you're just like wanting to get in bed? That's a good thing. That drop in body temperature is really going to help you have a good night's sleep. So try a hot bath, try a hot shower, get into some nice clean pajamas, get in bed, and you will have a really good night's sleep. Another tip that I have is to wake up and go to sleep at the same time every day. The reason this is going to give you better sleep is that over time you're going to gain a habit of going to sleep at that certain time and waking up at that time. And your body clock is going to get used to getting that amount of sleep. So for example, I wake up at around 7:30 in the morning every day. So I make sure that I go to sleep by 11 o'clock at night. For me, that works. I get 8 hours. So for you, just find out what time do you have to wake up, and is that a good time for you to wake up daily? And then work backwards. Find out how many hours of sleep you need. For me, I like having 8 hours. My next tip is to have a dark room when you're going to sleep. So what I personally do is I close my bedroom door, turn the lights off, and close the curtains. And that's just going to make the room nice and pitch black, so it's easier to go to sleep and easier to have a nice deep sleep all throughout the night without waking up to bright lights shining through and stuff. So just make sure that your room's nice and dark as well as cool. You want the temperature of the room to be cool. And you know, you'll find that when it's summertime, we're all so excited for summertime, but as soon as it's really hot, you'll find everyone all over social media and the people you speak to complaining about how they had such a bad night's sleep because it was too hot, they couldn't get to sleep. And it's true. So if it is hot weather where you are, I live in England, so it's not too bad, but if it is hot weather, make sure you have a fan or some air conditioning, and that's really going to help you get a good night's sleep. When I'm having my shower before I go to sleep, I'll crack my window open because I live in England. It's a bit cooler this time of year. It's currently spring. So I will just crack my window open. And then when I'm done having a shower and I'm ready to get into bed, I'll close my window because I don't like the window being open at night so I don't hear noises. But I'll close my window and the room has just got some fresh air flowing through it, and it just feels nice and cool. And that helps me get a really good night's sleep. Moving on, another really important tip to get a good night's sleep is to ditch the technology. And it's so difficult nowadays because we've got Instagram and Twitter, Facebook, whatever you have. And for me, it's like YouTube. I love making YouTube videos. I also love watching YouTube videos. So technology can be such a distraction to actually going to sleep. So what I would suggest is just putting your phone down a couple hours before you go to sleep. I know this is difficult because I don't have a TV in my bedroom. We have a TV in our living room, but not in the bedroom. And that's okay, but we have iPads and phones and we can still watch TV. And on the weekends, I do enjoy watching a film or a few TV shows on Netflix or something on the iPad before we go to sleep. That's fine. But if you really want to have a good night's sleep, try and stay off the technology. Don't watch TV right before you want to go to sleep. Instead, grab a book. The next few tips that I have for you are something that I don't personally do, but I thought people that do like these things, they will benefit from hearing this, and that is to not nap after 3 p.m. If you do need to nap, because it is healthy to nap if you need to, make it a power nap and do it before 3 o'clock. So a power nap is around, I think, 20 minutes. If you sleep for too long when you're napping, it's going to affect your sleep at night. So if you're wanting to have a good night's sleep, if you have a good night's sleep, you're not really going to need to nap the next day. But if you do need a nap, make sure it's a power nap. It's going to refresh you, make you feel good, and make sure it's before 3 p.m. because anything later is just going to interrupt your sleep for later on when you actually want to go to sleep. You're not going to be tired enough. And also, this is common sense, but make sure you're not having caffeine in the afternoon. So what I mean by afternoon is kind of after lunchtime, when it gets towards dinner time and nighttime, definitely stay away from caffeine. I'm not a big caffeine drinker because I don't like how caffeine makes me feel. But if you do need your caffeine, make it a morning habit as opposed to a nighttime habit. If you have caffeine, you're not going to be able to get to sleep at the time you want to. It's going to keep you awake. So my last and final tip actually has a few little tips included in it, and it is to have a relaxing nighttime routine. So I'm thinking I might do a nighttime routine video in the future, but for now I'll just mention a few things that I feel can really relax you before you go to sleep, which is going to help you sleep through the night and get the 8 hours of sleep that you need. So when I say nighttime routine, I'm going to go back to when I get in from work or whatever. I will exercise. Exercise is really going to help you have a good night's sleep. However, you don't want to be exercising too late at night because that's going to keep you up. I just make sure that I exercise before I have my dinner at night, just because then I'm able to relax quite a few hours before I get into bed. So if I'm working out at say 6:30 before 7 o'clock at night, I know that I can be showered and I can eat my food and I can do my little cleaning routine after dinner, and I'll still be in bed at a decent time to then be able to relax. And then part of that relaxing nighttime routine includes using lavender. So use some kind of lavender mist or whatever kind of essential oil makes you feel nice and sleepy and relaxed, and use that as a pillow mist, or you can use a diffuser in your bedroom, and the scents just really set the mood and make you feel nice and sleepy. And I love using lavender pillow mist. I get into bed and I read a book. So I will set my alarm for the next day. I'll put my phone on charge, and for my work I have to keep my phone with me throughout the night just in case of an emergency. So I can't exactly do the tip that a lot of people say of keeping your phone in another room. I just can't do that. I wouldn't sleep at night if I knew my phone was in another room. So I have it next to me, but I put it face down. I know my alarm is set. I know my phone is on charge, and now it's around 9:30 at night, and I will start reading my book. Whatever it is that you want to read, it will really help you relax at night, and it will really help you feel sleepy. I find that when I'm reading, I will read until my eyes are so tired they just want to close and go to sleep, and that is when I will turn off the lights. Once the lights are off and you're ready for bed, you're feeling that really sleepy feeling, just start practicing focusing on your breath, and before you know it, you'll fall asleep and you'll have a good night's sleep. So yeah, just to recap those little tips, you want to have a nice tidy home to go to sleep. So you want to feel like your environment is nice and clean, and part of having a nighttime routine is to make sure that you kind of get all of these little things done. So that last tip kind of includes all of those tips for me. If I want to have a really good night's sleep, I'll make sure as part of my nighttime routine that I've exercised, that I've had a good meal, and I've cleaned up after myself, and then I've had a nice hot shower, get into some nice pajamas, make sure the room's nice and cool, and then I will read a book, get really sleepy, and go to sleep at a decent time so that I can wake up at the time that I want to wake up. Okay, so that's it for today's video. I just really wanted to share with you those few tips that I hope will help you have a better night's sleep. So if you're struggling to get to sleep at night, or you're waking up all the time throughout your sleep, try some of these tips and they might really help you. Or if you're like me and you feel like you get enough sleep, like I always try and get my 8 hours of sleep, but sometimes I fall into some bad habits. So if you're looking to improve your sleep and improve your health and make sure that you're really rested and relaxed before you go to sleep without like looking at your phone, try some of these little tips and start creating your own nighttime routine, and it will really benefit you. You're going to feel your best self the next day, and to me that's just so important, to be productive and motivated. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and make sure to comment below if you have any other tips that you'd like to share with us. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Have a beautiful day. Bye.